In this video, I went to Home Depot and I bought a bunch of plants, a bunch of lights, and installed them across my entire fish tank wall in order to reduce the need for water changes. These plants are going to grow and suck up the nitrates and ammonia in the water and reduce the required maintenance to keep the water healthy for the fish. But before we go and do that, I want to introduce you to Aaron. I don't think I've ever formally introduced our employee, Aaron. Aaron, say hello to the people.
What's up, people?
So Aaron helps out a lot here. Right now he's doing some water changes and cleaning a lot of filters. So today Aaron cleaned every single filter in the entire fish basement. That's what he's continuing to do right now. So this is definitely one of the most tedious tasks to do down here. Would you say that's the most tedious thing, is doing the sponge filter cleaning?
Yeah.
Yeah. My goal is to recreate what we have going on here in the fish basement. So we do need some garden stakes. That's what I use to hold these pothos together. We need some yarn. That's what I use to hold the stakes together. We need the pothos. So they sell pothos at Home Depot. Like, they're actually not that expensive. I'm now at Home Depot. This is where dreams are made. It's actually where I get the supplies, and then I'll make the dreams myself. Okay, we have arrived at the house plants. And would you look here? Golden pothos, $21. $21, but look how much you're getting. I will be taking all of the pothos. All right, just so I can say I spent $100 on pothos. My goodness. All right, now that we bought like half the entire stock of pothos, now we need some garden stakes. So we're out here in the outdoor section, and would you look at that? I just take two of these, and I put them together, and then I shove the plant in between, and this allows the plants to be suspended above the aquarium. Okay, so I literally got 18 of these stakes here. I actually think I'm gonna get one of these for Lily, because we've officially been dating for 2 years. Okay, we got some beautiful poinsettias, we got our stakes, we got our plants. Now all we need are some lights. Okay, so I'm thinking something like this. You know, I don't need a ton of light, I just need some, because, you know, pothos don't need a lot of light to grow. $70, I'll get 16 feet worth. Okay, so I'm not going with this one. I'm gonna be going with this one because it's $10 cheaper and it's brighter. Just spent $333, but hey, if it means cleaner water, less water changes, and healthier goldfish, it's worth it. Okay, I'm back from Home Depot and I have these LED strips. Now I'm gonna be installing these LED strips on the ceiling and then also underneath this racking. So it's literally this little LED light. I'm using this to grow the pothos. So the convenient thing about this LED strip is that it has two options. You can directly wire it into an electrical wire, or it has a plug-in option. So I'm using the plug-in option, and the strip itself has a 3M peel and stick tape on the back. So literally, to install these lights, if you have an outlet nearby, you unpeel the back of it, you stick it against your surface, the ceiling, and then you plug it in the wall. Now if you have a wire, you can use their wiring kit, but it's like literally the easiest light install I've ever done. Okay guys, check this out. I press this button here, boom, bar of light. This is definitely gonna be enough for pothos to grow. Now I'm gonna do the exact same thing I did at the top to the bottom here. Okay guys, moment of truth. Wait, wrong button. Whoa! So that'll be good. This is definitely gonna be good for the pothos. Okay, we got all of our lights in, we got all the glass toppers off. Now we got our stakes. We're doing 2 stakes per tank, and we're just rubber banding them together. So what I'm doing with the stakes is pretty simple. I'm getting some rubber bands, and I'm just going like this. Just like I'm closing a fish bag, I'm getting those rubber bands nice and tight around here. So these stakes are held nice and tight and close. And I'm doing it on both sides, of course, because I want this thing to be, you know, tight on both sides. I basically want 2 rods that are sandwiched together. Guys, anytime something different is happening, these fish get so stressed. Look how stressed they are. Like, I'm literally just, redoing some lighting here, and for some reason, they literally stress the heck out. They get really, really stressed the heck out, and I don't know why. Like, all I did is I installed these new lights here, and I took the glass off their tank. I haven't even added any plants yet. And they're huddled in the corner like they're in timeout. Notice how no other fish is like that. All the other fish are just swimming around, minding their own business. Something about this tank, they don't like changes. They don't. Now begins the very tedious process of basically taking all these pothos out of their roots and getting all the soil out of there. I don't want to hurt the pothos. Don't make me hurt you. I think I just hurt them. They're all rooted up in these big clumps. You're just gonna have to, oi! All right, so for these pothos, after you break apart the root bundle, it's still gonna be covered in all this dirt. So you gotta get another bucket and you gotta rinse all that dirt off. This looks pretty good. Yikes, these are messy. Okay, this part is pretty simple now. Once you have your plant nice and clean, you go to your rods that you have rubber banded together or tied together, and you stick the roots down through here. You stick the roots down through this middle area, and you have it go down a little bit, and you make sure the roots are at least touching the water. All right, I have these like fully submerged in the water, that's fine. But you want to make sure the leaves are out of the water. So just kind of position it however you need to make sure those leaves are out of the water. And there you go. You have a planted pothos. I got a whole bunch of these. One more for good measure. Look at that, guys. All right, guys, it is finally done. All of the tanks have pothos on this wall. So I had a little extra, I put some over there, but this entire wall is soon going to become a whole pothos garden. So the light is actually closer on the bottom rack because it's, there's less of a distance. But check out all these pothos here. So I know they look small now. It looks like there's not that much now, but give this a couple weeks and these plants are just gonna grow huge. They're gonna grow huge and they are gonna take over this whole area. And I honestly think it's gonna look really pretty. I think it's gonna look really, really beautiful, but it's definitely gonna take some time. Now you might be thinking, Luke, how on earth are pothos growing on your tank gonna help, reduce water changes? How is this gonna help? Having these pothos on the tank is gonna be a form of photosynthesis. It's gonna use nitrogen from the water and it's gonna grow that into plant tissue. There's gonna be so much plant leaves and stems and everything. And when you do that, you actually reduce the need for water changes. It helps keep the water cleaner, helps keep it looking clearer. There's more surface area for beneficial bacteria to grow. There's like a ton of benefits. Now, the one potential risk is that if leaves get in the water and the fish are able to eat a lot of those leaves, it can upset their digestive system. So I'm pretty sure, I'm like 90% sure that there's no potential risk, but just to be safe, try to have the leaves not go in the water. Oreo buddy, do you like your new plants? Do you like your new plants here? What about you, Popsicle? Popsicle, do you like all the plants I got for you? Also, we got a lot of great name suggestions for this guy and this gal. So I'm gonna have to choose one. I'm gonna have to choose, I think the top liked comment is what I said I would do, I think. So I'm gonna have to choose some of those comments to name those fish. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit like and subscribe. And don't forget to check out lukesgoldies.com. I got Goldie Bites in stock. These are my sinking goldfish pellet feed. Lots of protein. First ingredient, fish. That's what you want in a fish food. These things, produce really good growth in your goldfish, and they don't cause a lot of bloat. Bloat is a big issue with a lot of feeds. Definitely give them a shot. I have a 300 gram version for I believe like 16 or 17 bucks. So it's a pretty good deal.